Forget fancy prompts and do this instead. Now, when I say fancy prompts, you know what I mean. We've all seen those AI prompts that go on for paragraphs and paragraphs, and they sound really impressive. You know, write me a 500-word email that sounds like Brené Brown and Seth Godin had a baby, and then wrote a newsletter. Well, no wonder people are really overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed reading through them. But here's the truth. When it comes to writing great prompts, clear beats clever every single time. AI doesn't need you to be super complex. It just needs you to be clear. I've lost count of how many complex prompts I've seen floating across the internet. They look flashy, but when you actually use them, the output is really clunky. It's really generic. And it doesn't sound like you. And that's because AI doesn't need you to be clever. It needs you to be clear. And here's the good news. You don't need to memorize a dozen prompt formulas. You just need one simple framework. And I use this every day. Every time I put in a prompt, even with my own bots, I stick to this formula. It's only 3 parts and it makes your life so much easier and your business copy so much better. It's just 3 parts. And number 1 is context. Give AI the background and the actual situation. So think about your audience, your goal, the situation. Be more specific. And the more specific, the better. Number 2, instruction. Tell it what you actually want it to do. Do you want it to write an email? Do you want it to draft a headline for you? Do you want it to help you brainstorm? Be direct and keep it simple. You know the old KISS principle. And number 3 is voice. Always give it the voice and the tone that you want. How do you want it to sound? What do you want it to come across like? Do you want it warm and friendly? Do you want it conversational? Do you want it to be really professional? Tell it the tone of voice that you're actually after and be super clear. When you give AI these 3 things, context, instruction, and voice, it really does have the nuts and bolts of what it needs to generate great content for you. It works every time. Not robotic sounding stuff, not a wall of text, that you have to try and make sense out of and rewrite from scratch. It's output that actually reflects you. It's usable. You may need to tweak it a tiny bit, but it's recognizable. It sounds like you on a good day, and that's what you're after. You want content that reflects you, your voice, your brand, who you are, who you serve, and the message that you're trying to get across. That's what's key. And of course, doing it this way, you're going to get great output, whether it's email content, social captions, your training programs. It's going to sound like you, and it's going to let you leverage AI and save you a lot of time without sacrificing the quality of who you are and who you serve, because that's what gets lost with AI. When you don't give it the right information, you do lose your brand, what I call your brand snapshot, which is just vital. Now, if you'd like a walkthrough of how you can use AI and retain your voice, I've got a free video series for you. It's called AI Essentials. I will walk you through how to stop overthinking your prompts, how to make them super clear and give context, how to get AI output that sounds and feels like you. Because in this world of AI, we are craving human connection more than ever. So you want to make sure you come across as sounding like a human who's there to help. So the next time you see a fancy prompt floating across the screen, you can just grin and think, I've got this. I know how to be super clear, super confident, and use AI in a way that doesn't sacrifice any of the quality. So click that link below. You'll be really glad you did. Watch the series and let me know what you think. Have an awesome week.